I have to say forums is something I didn't really know much about before I joined and started sort of monitoring and getting involved in ours, but they're hugely popular. We get hundreds of thousands of people coming in and viewing posts every week, and memberships, we're up to nearly 30,000 members on the forums. Within that, there's a sort of small group of regular posters who are on there most days, and who I think, it's almost they're making friends through the forum, as well as contributing and helping and assisting people who come on with questions, and you've got other members that pop up with specialist knowledge in certain areas who come and give advice and help regarding that. So they're a valuable source of information, not only for the user and the consumer as a sort of, as I say, way to build a relationship with Money Supermarket, but also for Money Supermarket to understand better who our users are, what problems they've got, where they need help and advice and guidance, perhaps more, what issues are of main importance and main concern to them at the moment. I mean, obviously with the credit crunch, there's lots of threads on there about people struggling to get mortgages, credit cards, loans, that sort of stuff. But equally, you get things with people who've had problems with a certain company or provider or type of insurance, and they're sort of warning others or asking others if they've had similar experiences, and all of that sort of stuff. And then you get companies, brands themselves, who are perhaps whose names are mentioned in there, perhaps not always positively. So they'll be coming in saying they're aware of customer service issues that perhaps their customers are having, and they come in and offer help and advice and try to resolve it. I guess the reason they're coming in is to try and take the people away, so that they're sort of dealing with the problems within their own protected community rather than sort of out there on a general forum. But it's used by all sorts of people, and it's growing massively. One of the recurrent themes that comes up is people posting threads on the forum because they've had a problem, they've had an issue with a certain provider, they can't get through on the telephones to the helpline, they're getting passed from pillar to post, they're speaking to a different person every time they ring, and they're posting a thread on a forum out of sheer frustration. So if the company can then come on and say, we're really sorry to read about this problem, please, please let me try and help. If you come on as an individual from that company and not just customer services from which company X, that helps as well, because then people have got a name, they've got a personality, they've got somebody that they can identify with, and all of that I think helps. It probably also helps the companies help understand what their customers are experiencing from a good point and a bad point, because you will get some people on there saying, well, no, I've found company X to be brilliant, while somebody else might be having big problems. So I think it helps them in all those areas. Where they get it wrong is if they come onto the site and try and plant either false, pretend to be a customer who says, oh no, they're wonderful, or just tries to coax and mislead people. You've just got to be open, you've got to be upfront, you've got to be transparent. Regular forum members are very good at spotting sort of backdoor advertising and spammers and people who are pretending to be somebody that they're not, that sort of stuff.